Yes, hi, hello. This is James, also Saber0307. Welcome to the Gooncast. Fuck.
Don't think it. Don't think it. Don't say it, James.
Yeah, I already
Don't
thought
think it,
about
don't say it.
I hate it. I hate it.
And remember to keep that mantra in your head because you definitely won't accidentally think it while trying not to think it.
And you won't sing a song that has similar lyrics to what you're
You mean
trying.
bye
not
bye bye?
God, if only.
And if you're trying to stop all spread of information about that particular thing, don't do something like carve it into the wood of a nightstand that you own.
Or very poorly scratch it out with a pen.
What's going on, folks?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm Cat, aka the Attack Cat on Twitch. Associate dialogue designer by day. That's a new change. And then
Fucking show
artist,
off.
writer, sometimes streamer by night.
All right, what's going on, folks? It's your boy Lee Alder, the Valley Jester, fantasy horror writer, and I've spent the last hour writing down notes on a film I really don't want to talk about today.
You better not have
I'm so
rewatched
impressed.
it. You better not have rewatched it. I swear to God.
Oh God.
Hell no. No, I watched a few video breakdowns on YouTube.
So like the Red Letter Media review.
Oh, I definitely rewatched that one. Yeah.
Yeah. That's classic.
Did you watch that video that made me real mad when I was Google searching for Bye Bye Man memes, and it's Bye Bye Man ending explained?
Okay, let's
and I was just
start
like,
with
fuck
that
you.
before we get into either movie, because folks, Saber here has a particular loathing of a type of video, and I share in this hatred.
And article.
But oh goodness. It's this wave of, quote, ending explained videos that saturate YouTube. That, well, frankly, there's a bunch of for movies that don't need any sort of explanation, and it's just glorified clickbait.
Yes.
Like, ending explained for, I don't know, Inception. Fine. Absolutely.
Ending explained of Twin Peaks. I can understand
of
that.
Primer,
Oh, Jesus. Don't get me started on Primer. My mom showed me that, and she said, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I've watched this movie 3 times. Here's the notebook that I've been keeping while watching it. And she was mapping timelines.
Oh my God.
And she's just like, I need someone else to watch this fucking movie so I don't lose my mind.
Your mom is impressive as hell. That is awesome.
She's a brilliant woman.
Yeah.
Or Resident Evil ending explained. Fuck off.
Yes. So Saber, why don't you explain a little bit about why do you dislike these videos so adamantly?
Because all they are is just let's dump spoilers for fucking morons who don't want to fucking go and see the goddamn movie. And these things drop literally. They don't even wait a fucking day anymore. They used to wait like 24 hours. And it's usually shit that doesn't need an explanation, but like IGN posted Candyman ending explained 3 hours after the movie premiered.
It's basically like as soon as the review ban or review embargo lifts, they're just like, gotta get it out.
I just hate explained articles so much because it's like it's either just spoilers or it's just clickbait or it's junk or it's all of the above. Like I today I saw the future of the streaming wars explained. And it's like, what needs to be explained about Netflix versus Hulu versus Disney Plus versus Apple TV versus whatever?
Versus Capcom, yeah.
Versus Capcom. I remember when, movie and review sites used to do that kind of thing without the clickbait, where it would be like, hey, let's talk about the ending of this movie, and then it was usually like 1 or 2 reviewers or like a group of them who had seen it who were just talking about how they felt about, because that is something that you like to do. You all see something together and you're like, oh my God, let's talk about that thing we just watched.
Let's do this dumb fucking podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have no problem with that.
Basically what we do.
I have no problem with that. It's the clickbait angle of it that I loathe.
it's the clickbait and the like overly like like a lot of these endings really don't need an explanation. You don't, they're films, they're stories. You don't necessarily need to have them explained to you after you've actually watched them.
I saw one Shang-Chi ending explained. Now I haven't seen Shang-Chi because we're in a fucking pandemic and I'm not going out to the fucking theater.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a Marvel movie. I don't think it needs its ending fucking explained. Or just also like in the lead up to movies, they'll dump out explained articles about like the history of a certain character, and it's like, stop calling it explained, all right? Just be like, hey, here's info about the character if you're curious or whatever. Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, especially with these characters that have alternate sources for where the movie is based on, which is the perfect segue back to the films we're talking about today.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing I can say on it is, it's Saber, what you got to keep in mind is that these videos aren't made for the average viewer. They're made for the people who, as a pastime, put lines of honey mustard along their finger and snort it. It's not even for a particular breed.
And the thing is, I don't even see the videos 90% of the time. I see articles. It's like I go to some website to go like, okay, what's the latest video game or movie news or whatever, like or some shit, and it's like ending explained, and I'm like, fuck off. Eat shit. Eat shit. And the worst is like the other reoccurring thing is like they'll motherfucking stick goddamn spoilers in the fucking headline. And like the second something drops.
Oh god, yes.
Like literally like, oh hey, you happen to not watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier like 4 hours ago? Well, here we're fucking spoiling it. Yeah. You didn't watch Loki? We're spoiling it.
What this part of this thing that just released an hour ago means, and you're like, I didn't even know that part was part of it. Why would you?
That's crazy actually, cameo.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I had Endgame spoiled for me. Of all fucking movies, fucking Endgame.
Yeah.
I was just passing through on Reddit and there was a thumbnail for one of those fucking articles, what the ending of Endgame means for, the Marvel franchise. And the picture was Thanos half dusted.
I'm
like, yo, really?
Yeah, right. You're like, cool, thanks guys.
Yeah, I've had so much shit where I'm just scrolling through like IGN or some other fucking website, just looking for news, and like the fucking headline is a goddamn spoiler. And I'm like, bro, I get you want to discuss what happened, but don't fucking spoil it in the goddamn headline. Like, come on, please.
Yeah.
Like, show some fucking class.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely it's a bad trend for sure.
Yeah.
Not as bad as the Bye Bye Man.
Exactly. Let's get back to why we're all here. So we as a group, as a class, we very much enjoy horror movies. Yes, and sometimes we enjoy not good horror movies.
Oh, absolutely.
And we can get more into this as we're talking. We decided because it's been a little bit of a slow time for releases for what we usually like to watch together. We all saw Suicide Squad together, or The Suicide Squad, I guess. But we don't have much to say about it other than like it was good.
It was good, and it's better than the first one.
It's
best
better than the first
movie since a Nolan film. So
yeah, exactly. And so, because of that, we were kind of like, well, what should we do? And then we circled back to, kind of an old favorite of ours.
Which trusty silver bullet always in our pocket.
Exactly.
That we've referenced multiple times at this point.
Yes, something we've been threatening to review on this podcast for quite a while. And then, but that movie on its own, we didn't think would be enough to carry, the usual 2.5 hour length. So I suggested a couple of extras, and we picked one of them, and one of them was the Bye Bye Man.
And oh boy,
And yeah, oh boy. So I have seen this film. I think I'm the only one here who's seen it multiple times at this point.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well,
look, man, I know.
Mike had seen it before, although he's not here with us.
That's right. That's right.
True.
That's right. Mike did.
Mike
suffer
disappeared after the viewing of the Bye Bye Man.
Yes, he did.
he could not keep from thinking or saying it.
I haven't seen him in the last week. I'm assuming the Bye Bye Man got him with his meat dog.
Took him off to his hobo train yard.
Yep.
Yeah, that's plastered in wallpaper of a dude getting head from a fish.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
So, Kat, since you unleashed this upon us, why don't you give us a quick rundown of what is the Bye Bye Man?
Yeah. So, all right, this movie. First of all, it's not a good movie. That, like, just getting that out of the way.
That's
none
the
of us are gonna
understatement
recommend
of the
seeing
year.
it. It's the understatement of the year. It's also not a so bad it's good movie. And we'll get into that a little bit more when we're talking about the review. But the basic premise is that there is this like otherworldly creature or like dude who is, you know, essentially the devil, right? Where it's like, oh, if you summon him, he's gonna come for your soul and kill you. It's like a very tried and true slasher horror movie kind of trope, supernatural slasher movie, right? But what is special about this one is that specifically once you just like know his name and you like, it's not even like Candyman where you say it a couple times in the mirror and you summon him. It's like you just have to have his name in your head and he will come and kill you. So the film starts with like this, like in Wisconsin, I think, this dude just like walks around with a shotgun and blasts like his whole family and like neighborhood away because he has let slip that the Bye Bye Man is a thing, and therefore he needs to kill everybody to prevent it from spreading any further. Then we cut to present day, where we follow our trio of protagonists who really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. They're just kind of there
and
to have horror happen to them. Yeah, none of them are particularly likable. There's no real like interest in their like. There's some teasing of like, oh, maybe the girl likes the best friend of her boyfriend, but like he's kind of cool with it. Like there's some weird teasing of like maybe there's an interpersonal drama happening, but really it just kind of all falls flat. And yeah, then this trio moves into this creepy ass house because they're poor college students, and they
creepy ass mansion.
Yeah, it's a creepy ass mansion. It's a party house. It's great. And then they find the most horrifying thing they could possibly find in a house, which is wallpaper of a fisherman getting head from a fish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's at that point that we realized.
I don't know why.
We were in for a treat.
And then they discover the second most horrifying thing.
Yeah.
Which are the tiny doors in the bedroom. And I don't know why there are tiny doors in the bedroom.
Yeah. There's no it's almost like, because at the very least, I think Paranormal Activity 3, the one that was like the flashback in the 70s.
Yeah.
Used the tiny doors to creepy effect.
Did they explain what the purpose of tiny doors are?
They actually did. I'm not going to say it because this movie doesn't deserve me explaining it from another movie.
Well, I want to know what the tiny doors are. I don't want to watch Paranormal Activity 3.
Now,
don't think it, don't say it, James.
The tiny doors are responsible for the one good moment in this entire piece of shit.
I don't know. I thought the fisherman getting a blowjob from the fish was hilarious and weird.
All right, the second scene that's worth anything in this piece of shit is this Looney Tunes fucking gag. So there's a little girl who's exploring the house. She's the niece of our lead.
Mm-hmm.
And she's allowed to wander around the house. Nothing too spoopy's happened yet. We don't even know what the fuck the plot of the movie is. And she finds the little tiny doors. And the shot is framed in such a way that one door is on the right side of your screen and one is on the left, and both are clearly visible. And she opens up the right one and peeks her head in, and with perfect comedic timing, a big hellhound of a monster with bad CG pokes its head out the other door and just watches her. And then as she comes out, doggo goes back in, and then that dog is not seen again for 45 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
I had to stop the movie.
Yes.
I had us rewind it. I said, what the fuck is this?
Lee like started cry laughing midway through it. We were like, what? What's funny? He's like, rewind right now.
You gotta see the dumb CG dog. Because the Bye-Bye Man has a seeing eye dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a seeing eye dog. I did the deep dive on this motherfucker's lore. I'll give it to you later.
Yeah,
it's
you
great.
You don't know that in the movie. So yeah, the movie basically the main character, the uncle of the little girl, he finds the writing carved into the like nightstand, right? So now he's got the Bye-Bye Man in his head, and there then proceeds like the most generic find out the lore behind the spooky supernatural thing.
I want to
segment,
pause
like, of
for
all
a
time.
second because it's not just that he found it. It's that, and it's like, oh, by accident he happened to bring this in. No, the Bye-Bye Man's cheating at his own fucking rules. And because the name happens to be vaguely nearby, he keeps doing all this demonic, spooky shit in the house.
That's right. There's really no explanation for it.
As to why he's able to do this.
Yeah, because it's just like he just like it's like, is it because there's a reference to his name? Because then you would think that anywhere that newspaper article was kept, he would also be doing spooky shit. It's just like,
it's not like Candyman where you have to say his, like, oh, you say his name into the thing 5 times and it's like that is you intentionally bringing it on yourself. Or Hellraiser, where it's like you have to solve the lament configuration in order to bring forth the Cenobites, you know? It's just, hey, I'm gonna just keep throwing fucking coins near the stupid nightstand until you try to put it in it.
It was like one of us dying in Phasmo and trying to guide the others to their body.
Yeah.
And why coins? Fuck you, that's why.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. They tell you, the movie tells you all of the lore around the Bye-Bye Man, that he's got these coins, he's got this hellhound that's always with him. There's the imagery of trains for reasons. It actually tells you that these things are associated with him, but it never actually gives kind of like a through line as to why and what it's just like, here's a bunch of spooky imagery. So, and then more spooky shit happens. The Bye-Bye Man takes away a guy's boner. Bye-Bye Man,
and also like, the lady's wetness, I guess.
Yeah,
sure.
Bye-Bye Man has the power to take your libido.
Yes, that's his greatest power, honestly.
Yeah.
He is an old creepy sex pervert.
He really is. Almost everything he does is just sex perverty.
Yes, he can do like weird hallucinations where you see somebody as somebody else, so that you can stab who you thought was your friend but is actually your girlfriend. He does like weird, like people show up in the middle of the road, but then there's another different person in the road instead. Yeah, it's very like generic, and eventually Carrie Ann Moss shows up as a cop, which was very sad to see. Yeah.
And then fucking Faye Dunaway shows up and gets lit on fire.
To get lit on fire, yeah. And then
you were in fucking Chinatown. Why?
I know, right? The end of the movie is just that the whole main cast dies, and then they kind of leave off on a like, oh, maybe it's not over. They have 2 little teases for it. One of which they really should have just done one. Honestly, that would have been scarier. One of which is a fake out where they're like, the little girl found the nightstand and maybe she read it, And like Red Letter Media has already covered this, so I'm not going to retread what they already said. But like it is a really stupid scene, and it's just played as like a, oh phew, like they're okay. And then we cut immediately back to Carrie Ann Moss at the scene of the house, which everyone in the house has been massacred or killed each other, or whatever. But then you see the best friend, who's still almost barely alive, whispering in her ear because she's like, I have to know. And then he whispers in her ear, inaudible to the audience, and then it's like credits roll. So it's just like, okay, that should have been your ending. Cut the stupid, like the little girl maybe found the thing.
What did the nightstand say, honey? Dad, you know I can't read. It's
what, am I, a flashlight?
What a great fucking ending.
And what a great fucking uncle, too, where it's like, oh man, the name is carved into this thing. I'm just gonna throw it in my backyard.
Yeah.
Where anybody can find it. I hate the cast so much.
Oh, there's no redeeming qualities to any of the main characters. It's a cast of characters that when you see them in a horror movie, you go, ah, lovely. These are the ones who die first.
Yeah.
And nope, they are all final kids. Mm-hmm. They all last right up until the end and endure an hour and 25 minutes of the Bye-Bye Man, like, taking their boners away and like using his powers to just do increasingly sexually deviant stuff. Like he has the power to create all sorts of horrible illusions and anything his imagination can conjure, and he uses them to like make you think that your girlfriend's like fucking your roommate.
Yes.
Like he loves the whole NTR thing. He's big on the cucking fetish, and it's really unsettling.
Yeah. And you know, I will slightly counter your you immediately see these kids and think, oh, they're fodder. These kids die in the first 10 minutes to illustrate how horrible the villain is. Because I don't even think they have like they're such nothing burger characters where it's just like they're not terrible enough to be, you know, because like you kind of expect like a caricature, right? Like a one-dimensional character at the beginning to just like eat it, right?
Or you expect or the jock,
yeah, exactly. Just the very typical slasher movie what's it called, stereotypes or cliches. But these guys just don't really have any personalities. It's like you have just the very generic main character, very generic girlfriend, very generic best friend.
Well, hold on. The girlfriend has one trait. She has a really bad American accent.
True. Yeah. That was rough. And it's like there's no reason that character couldn't have been in English.
Yeah, it probably would have been much more beneficial than having to suffer through her really, really, really bad American accent.
Yeah. All right, so dig this shit. So dig this. So
all right, so you found out about the fish boner, right?
Yeah.
The fishlatio? As you said?
That's all we care about, Lee.
That's all I care about.
Fishlatio.
I tweeted about it on Twitter. I want to know why. Why is this here?
Why are we holding on a shot of this wallpaper for a minute and a half?
God, and none of the characters commented on it or did. Like I was like, why is this in the foreground? Are they going to say anything about it? Nope.
No, it's there.
And it's part of the unrated cut.
Yes, because because originally I watched this on Netflix when it was free. We ended up purchasing the unrated cut, which like doesn't really have anything different about it except the fish boner scene. And I'm just like, what? This is what? Excuse me? Because I genuinely do not. Mike and I both were like, we do not remember this wallpaper from the original movie from watching it on streaming. So I have no idea.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So to fill in some gaps, so the Bye-Bye Man, upon further digging into the deep, rich lore, Jesus Christ. So the Bye-Bye Man, for those of you who are blissfully unaware, is based on a short story called Bridge to Body Island. That's part of a bigger anthology of some other schlock I can't remember the name of. Who gives a fuck? You're not going to read it. I can't find a PDF of it online. I was going to read Bridge to Body Island before this.
Oh my god. Impressive as hell.
But I was not going to give it money.
Yes, yeah, of course.
So I couldn't find it. I didn't read it. But the gist is the Bye Bye Man is not a supernatural entity per se. He's not a demon. He is not a ghost or some shit. He is an immortal, blind, albino drifter who is using the train yards of America to just go around the country and kill people at will with a pair of scissors as his weapon of choice.
Oh, that didn't make it into the movie.
No, that did not make the cut. And he harvests eyeballs and tongues from his victims, which the movie shows you every so often. There's an eyeless like body here and there, so it's like, okay, fine.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The tongues don't really come through. He then uses those eyeballs and tongues, which he keeps in a big burlap sack that he calls his sack of gore. And he used ancient voodoo magic to turn these eyes and tongues into his hellhound. He created the hellhound as like a homunculus.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he was just like a meat dimension hound.
Yes, straight from the meat dimension to act as his seeing eye dog because he's blind. The name of the dog is Gloom Singer.
Oh,
Gloom Singer.
Okay,
it sounds like a
who's
fucking.
changing?
How,
Who's changing their Steam handle?
How do I unhear
Gloom
that?
Singer is now my glam rock name. That's.
How do I hear that?
I'm gonna do up my face paint and blow my hair out.
Yes.
Do one of those like
put a bunch of tongues on your face?
Oh hell yeah! So Gloom Singer, right? Now, get this: the "don't think it, don't say it" part. If you think him, he creates a psychic link between the two of you. And he immediately begins traveling towards you. Not supernaturally appearing, more like it follows. If you're thinking of him, he establishes a link and hops onto a fucking train and just tries to get close enough. Like he just finds whatever train stop is near you and then gets off there like any other passenger. And then him and Gloom Singer hunt you down. Now,
oh my god, I'm sorry, hold on.
Yeah, he just hops on the bus.
Yeah, exactly. It's just...
The Bye Bye Man's just chilling out at the bus stop with Gloom Singer, reading the new Archie.
Do you guys want another laugh?
Yeah,
I was trying to look up also now for a PDF so I could read this fucking story without spending money on it. Check off topic. The category that the book is listed under.
Oh,
so
philosophy.
The Bye Bye Man is listed as philosophy. Now, it does make me ponder the end in the same way Nietzsche does. However, and the cherry on top of this sundae, the cherry on top here, is that as the Bye Bye Man is maintaining this psychic link and, hoofing it to come get to you, if you stop thinking about him during that time, the link is severed and he loses you. Wow. So he's just riding the train to come get you, and then you just don't think about it too much anymore. You're like, oh yeah, that was weird that thing said Bye Bye Man, and then you forget about it and go about your day.
So
he just loses you, and then oh fuck, what was I on this train for? Oh man.
So technically you could defeat him if you and a friend were on the east and west coast, and every week you just call each other and be like, hey, so the Bye Bye Man.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and you really piss him off as he's going through the Bible Belt of which way am I? These fucking kids. And Gloom Singer won't stop shitting in the train.
This is so dumb. This is even dumber than the movie.
Amazing. Amazing.
The fact that your antagonist is some super powered blind hobo with a meat dog named
supernatural.
He's like named after a rare drop of like a sword in Warcraft or something.
right.
Gloomsinger.
He's supernatural enough to develop a psychic connection to like anyone who even thinks his name, but not supernatural enough to like have his own car.
Does it
see?
Does it explain why his name is so fucking stupid and generic?
I haven't read the story, but I would wager, and this is going to sound really stupid, which means it might actually have weight. I'd wager in the book he's never referenced as the Bye-Bye Man once.
I would hope
You know
so.
what? I probably.
I'd wager he's got a different name.
You know what? Actually, if this book was really clever, they would leave the name completely unsaid.
Ooh.
So that it lends credence to the fact that like I cannot tell you this name or you will die.
That's cool. See, there you go.
Yeah. But
See, Kat,
I'm giving this book too much credit, I think. Yeah.
You should have written the screenplay for the
His name is probably just Clarence.
Clarence. I mean, honestly, that would be a pretty effective horror movie if there's some entity that is summoned by knowing its name, and the entire movie goes without saying its name, so that you leave it up to the audience to be like, but what was it?
Yeah.
And they'll never know.
And what frustrated me greatly about the movie, and it's kind of like my big encapsulation of everything I have to say about it, is that it follows a very, very common trend of what I'll call digestible horror movies. The ones that they just throw into a theater because they know teenagers are going to go pay money. Where 80% of the movie is absolutely nothing.
Yes.
And then the last 20% reveals the monster. There's some kind of attempt at climax.
And that's also when the exposition happens.
Yes, the reveal, and then, tacked on twist that doesn't make sense. But at least that last 20% usually at least amounts to something. Like a good example would be Darkness Falls. Shit movie. 80% of it's dreadful. And then at the very end, they're like, hey, the Tooth Fairy is actually like this winged demon witch. And you're like, yo, what?
Yeah.
And then she kicks ass for like 15 minutes. And then the movie ends. And you go, you know what? It was not worth the journey to get there.
Yeah.
But as soon as she started flying around and shit, like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but I'm glad I have Demon Witch Tooth Fairy Lady.
Right. Yeah. Or like, one of the patron saints of the Gooncast, Bagul.
The pagan god of,
who just kind of like
trolling.
Yeah, who just shows up intermittently and trolls you a little bit, just keep you on your toes. Hey, you forgot about me for 5 seconds. You're like, oh, Bagul, and you shake your fist at him. And then he gets up to shit for the last 10 minutes of the movie.
That movie, rocks. Well, at least with Sinister, right? So much of that movie is effective because of Ethan Hawke's performance of him watching the snuff films, and we don't see it. And then everything is immediately ruined when he's walking through the house and the stupid ghost kids are running in slow motion.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely.
And then the dumb twist at the end.
Yes.
But anyway,
the sequel is really bad, by the way.
Oh yeah.
For Sinister
We're not going to
2.
talk about Sinister 2.
Yeah.
But so Bye-Bye Man follows that same trend of movie in my head. Like, it's here's what's supposed to be a bunch of just bullshit and then a little bit of payoff at the end. But Bye-Bye Man doesn't even do that.
No, it doesn't.
You get nothing but these kids like hallucinating and don't say his name, don't think about him, with nothing happening, no consequence. Obligatory 10-minute library scene of research and looking through redacted documents.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when shit hits the fan and you go, okay, now it's time for the Bye-Bye Man. He's got his 15 minutes of spotlight where he's going to start chasing the main character. He's going to have some kind of supernatural powers. The kid's going to have to run away from Gloomsinger and like find a way to like outsmart the dog, maybe kill the dog. To show that there's some kind of weakness. And then the bleak ending where Bye-Bye Man wins. Yeah. No, we don't get that. We get blah. It's Doug Jones, and he just points.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he just points at the main character so fucking hard that he kills himself.
Yep.
And then end of movie.
Yeah.
I like to use the expression, you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. And
that's good. I've never heard the second part.
There is not enough glitter in the fucking world to doctor this thing up.
It's not the worst horror movie I've seen, but it's definitely really fucking awful.
I'd honestly say it's the worst I've seen in the past couple years.
Okay. It's got the problem where like Lee mentioned, it's just there's not enough there. It's a very thin story, and they don't really do anything interesting to add to it. You know, like I mean, you can start with a simple I mean, again, like you said, basically it follows, right? Yes. You can start with that kind of simple premise, but then you do have to have, you know, some sort of like intrigue or interpersonal relationships that kind of bolsters the film. And this doesn't have any of that. It just kind of,
or suspense, or well shot scenes.
Yeah, like mood, like cinematography. Yeah. I mean, all that can carry. You know, I was actually talking with somebody about this the other day, but we were talking about It Comes at Night, I think, which is I've seen the movie and it's a fairly forgettable film, but the cinematography is so brilliant and like the mood it establishes is fantastic. That I would say like it's worth it just to be visually in awe of it, even if the story is kind of.
Yeah, I haven't seen It Comes at Night. Yeah. I've been meaning to because I like Joel Edgerton and I heard the movie was really, really good, but you know I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah.
Joel Edgerton's a delight.
Yeah. And in that regard, like Bye Bye Man and Slender, I think, are two very similar. Like
hold on.
That was my second film that I pitched for us to watch in conjunction with Wish Upon.
Hold on. We're still gonna watch Slender, so don't talk about Slender. We gotta save that. We gotta keep that in our pocket.
Okay.
For another rainy day.
Yeah.
I want to die.
Yeah, I mean, Slender would have been perfect because it's got the Joey King connection with Wish Upon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's but I think just in a similar vein, Bye Bye Man just has kind of nothing going for it, and it suffers a lot because they came up with, okay, we can't say his name. Okay, well, what's going to happen in the movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl gets hit by a train. That's it.
Yeah.
But look, Lee, I know you want to die, but just to make it easier, we'll pair Slender with Suburban Sasquatch.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Why? What's the connection?
Right. The connection is
Oh, the woods?
The woods, yes.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you for coming up with the connection.
You're welcome. Somebody edited a cut of the Suburban Sasquatch sound effects.
Oh, I don't hold on. I'm just gonna play
No, don't tell me it already exists.
No, I'm just playing the sound effect right now.
Oh, God. Amazing.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So do we have anything else to say about Bye Bye Man?
Don't rent it, don't watch it.
Don't rent it, don't watch it.
Yes, don't rent it, don't watch it.
So Wish Upon.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing is it's no longer free on streaming, so it's definitely not worth your time.
Yeah, I had to pay $5 for it, and I was mad.
Yeah,
I was mad before we watched it.
If it ever comes back to streaming and it's free, and you're just like bored and you want to be amazed at the depths of, mediocrity that horror can sink to, then yeah, do it.
Now,
don't pay money for it.
What I also paid money for recently, and we only watched 10 minutes of it, but I don't care because that movie deserves every dollar I have.
Every dollar
is Wish Upon.
Hell yeah!
Now, full credit.
To be clear, when he says 10 minutes, we've watched this multiple times.
Yes.
And
to their credit, we discovered this movie through Red Letter Media in one of their movie catch-up things where they were just talking about Wish Upon, and I independently watched it. And I think Kat had already seen it from somewhere.
Actually, before I'd even started watching Red Letter Media, I had caught it because I basically just like consume all horror on streaming at any one point, and this was one that it looks pretty like high production value, and it's supernatural horror around a wishing box, and I'm like, hey, that sounds like a fun time at least.
Yeah.
And oh boy.
And oh boy. And then we persuaded Lee to watch it and enlightened Lee into Wish Upon. And then we persuaded Mike to watch it and enlightened Mike into Wish Upon. And the movie is an absolute goddamn delight of just so bad it's good horror.
Yes. It's a genuine treasure. Yeah.
We're not being slick. We're not trying to like pull the wool over your eyes. Wish Upon fucking slaps.
It's so much fun. It's so dumb.
Yes.
It is so fucking dumb.
It's so dumb. There's so many moments that are like ripe for riffing, and just like get a group of your friends, get drunk, get whatever, just like, and just go to town on it. Like it's that kind of movie where it's just like it's the ultimate kind of like watch party, mock a movie together kind of movie.
It's a delight. So like the movie opens with a flashback, and we see this lady taking out the trash, and then this little girl is like, I'm gonna ride my bike to check on these baby birds, and she's got a dog, a little puppy. And there's also Sherilyn Finn, who played Audrey in Twin Peaks. And
another one of our saintly figures here at the Gooncast, Sherilyn Finn.
And then the mom goes inside, and then the little girl goes back to her house and drops her bike on the front lawn, and then she runs upstairs and hears crying, and then she goes into the attic, and right as she opens the door, her mom commits suicide by hanging, and then we cut to, like, I don't know what, 10, 12 years later, smash cut to 10, 12 years later.
James.
Smash cut to the front of the house 10, 12 years later. That kid's bike is still on the front lawn. Hasn't been touched in a decade.
These lazy motherfuckers.
Just so you know that it's the same house.
You mean the lazy sanitation workers who are just like, you know what, this will make for a good establishing shot, so just leave it, Terrence.
and no like the homeowners association and neighborhood watch are just like, you know, you can leave the bike on the front lawn. And we cut to the little girl, all grown up, played by Joey King, playing a very reprehensible, awful character.
Yeah.
And Joey King, by the way, is like the queen of this kind of movie. She's brilliant. She does such a good job with this character, and it's just so fun to be like, what are you thinking, woman?
Yeah, she's very good in roles like this, and then like there's a whole another side to her of like she's the lead of the Kissing Booth series, which is a big YA series now. And I didn't see the act, but apparently that's like a very like great dramatic performance from her. So it's like, yeah, this girl's got some chops. And she just keeps landing heartthrob crap and bad horror movies.
Bad horror movies. And I'm like,
God bless you for it.
Absolute, because that's the thing. Like, you need that kind of like central figure who just has the charisma to pull that kind of shit off without becoming, you know, the Bye-Bye Man protagonist whose name we can't even fucking remember. Where it's just like, who cares what his name was?
Yeah.
You know, he might as well have been a cardboard cutout for all the movie gave him. But she's just like, I'm owning this. I'm the biggest asshole of this group. And like, oh, yes.
And her dad is Ryan Felipe wearing a comically fake beard. And I was like, I miss you, Ryan Felipe. You were in I Know What You Did Last Summer and Cruel Intentions and all sorts of stuff. And Ryan Felipe is a professional dumpster diver. That's his job. He just dives into dumpsters, even if it's outside his daughter's school, and hoard shit. And and Joey King is being picked on by these these dumb bullies who call her Winner because that's an insult now. Anyways,
it's the way they said it, James.
Oh, okay.
Clearly implies that they're making fun of her.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And then there's the scene in the cafeteria where she's like, you're smegma.
You're smegma.
It's like, you're just like, who thinks teenagers talk like this?
Who talk? Who
An out of touch old screenwriter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
correct.
The bad dialogue is it's carried by this like how dare it actually be decent cast. Like Joey King, great. Ryan Felipe, great. Okay, the pair of best friends are played by Shannon Purser from Stranger Things and a girl named Sydney Park who's fucking delightful.
Yes. No, they're both so good.
Right. And then heartthrob, multiverse, Asian guy.
Yes.
Hold on,
Ryan.
We gotta hold off on the multiverse.
Who's like 36 or something, playing a high schooler.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Naturally, as is tradition.
Yeah.
But the cast has no right to be this enjoyable.
It's yeah. And
but Lee, do you dig on multiverses?
We'll get to the multiverses.
Multiverse
we'll get to the multiverses. And Ryan Felipe in his dumpster diving finds an ancient Chinese wish box outside the ruined mansion of Jerry O'Connell.
Yes.
Who's dead. And he gives it.
No, he's not dead yet.
No, he died beforehand. That's why it was in the thing. We see a flashback of him die.
Wait, no. Hold on. You're talking about the guy who's like.
You're thinking of the rich old man.
I'm thinking of the rich uncle.
Yeah, you're thinking of the rich uncle. This is the guy who previously owned the wish box.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, but that doesn't make any sense because the mom previously owned the wish box.
The mom owned the wish box and she threw it away, and then Jerry O'Connell somehow came upon the wish box, which we never see.
Oh.
And then he gets killed by the Yao guy.
Okay.
And then
I'm sorry, by the what guy?
The Yowie guy, the Yao Guai.
Yeah, the Yowie guy.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's an ancient Chinese wish box, basically. And every single time Joey wish, every single time the main character makes a wish near it, the wish comes true, but someone that she kind of knows dies.
Someone that the movie knows exists dies.
And or has something horrible happen to them. Oh wait, no, that was a wish. Nope. Never mind. Yeah, they die.
They all die.
Yeah. And they die in very PG-13 Final Destination deaths. That are comically hilarious outside of the cheap death of the dog, which is just sad. Yeah, it's great. And you know, when Joey King finds out the truth about the wish box through this guy who likes her, and they've known each other since elementary school, and she farted and blamed him, and then he got known as like Mick Farts.
But James, maybe there's a universe where neither of us farted.
Yeah, there might be a universe where neither of them farted.
A universe where all of us are farting all the time.
And their meet cute, where they realize there's like romantic chemistry between them, is a discussion about how they're both dig multiverses. Yeah. As they're driving to the guy's cousin's house, who lives in this artsy-fartsy apartment with a giant pair of scissors.
With a giant statue with a giant pair of scissors.
Yeah,
right?
Let's not forget that started because she looked at it and went, this has like some Chinese characters on it. I should talk to that one Asian dude I know. And it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, she's taking Chinese classes. In fairness to the movie, she's in a Chinese class and she tries to get the teacher to translate it, and he's like, I don't know what this is. And then the guy, because he kind of has a crush on her, is like, hey, my cousin knows ancient Chinese and she can translate this.
Yeah, that's right.
Joey King didn't go to the...
and then the movie decides that's enough of a connection to kill her for one of the witches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For one of Joey King's wishes, even though Joey King met her for 20 minutes.
Yeah. And then once Joey King finds out and realizes the true horror of the wish box, and that every single time that she makes a wish, somebody she knows will die horribly in a PG-13 way. She acts like a selfish bitch and continues to make wishes.
She can't stop wishing.
For really petty shit.
For nothing, yes. Like, eventually, if like her second to last wish is an actually good one, right? Where she's like, I want my mom back.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, that is actually kind of like makes sense that you would, even though it might result in something like a horrible cost, that's the ultimate monkey's paw thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like bring me my loved one back.
Yeah, and I can also somewhat understand her second wish, which was that resulted in her getting the inheritance from her uncle, because it's like, you know, her family is not doing so hot. Her dad's a fucking dumpster diver, you know. But we didn't necessarily need the fucking 5-minute shopping montage of them being super materialistic as fuck.
Except we totally did.
We did.
Because
we did.
It get number one, it's a treasure to watch, and number two, it gives you total insight into like these girls are the protagonists, but that does not mean they're the good characters.
Yeah.
Her first wish is like a to try out the puzzle box is to have the bully girl
rot,
quote unquote, go rot, and she gives her like some sort of like necrotizing fasciitis or whatever, the skin that like literally rots her face.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this is fantastic.
That's when you know the movie's gonna rock.
Yeah. You're just like, oh man.
But then she makes wishes like, my dad like embarrasses me.
I
want him to be cool.
Yeah.
And then it's like smash cut to him playing saxophone.
And her
friends are telling her like, oh, your dad, like I want to chew on his foreskin. It's like, oh wow. And someone's gonna die for this.
Yes.
And one of her friends is obsessed with not Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
A ghost hunting version of Pokemon Go.
Yeah. And
so great because it's just what the kids want.
Yeah. And then like I will also say that like the ending of Bye Bye Man, the Wish Upon is actually clever too, where you know she does her final wish to try to fucking undo everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the Yao guy is just like, no, fuck you, you're getting hit by a car.
Yeah, this monster doesn't work on like loopholes or like really rules. The Yao guy is just like, nah, you're not getting out of this one. Fuck you, lady.
Yeah, and it's
kind of nice.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you think that would work?
And I'm sure the writers probably thought it would be seen as like a sad twist ending. When no, Joey King kind of deserved it.
Oh, no,
she was a horrible person.
It's a feel-good ending.
Yeah, she was awful.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And we also had a lot of fun because I think Lee started it where we kept joking that wolves were going to come out and start mauling.
I want to give some context to that. So there's a scene where Joey's dad, his car breaks down. Like a tire goes out. And he's pulled right up alongside like a bunch of woods. It's nighttime. It's creepy. And it's right as tension is building towards the backlash of a wish coming. So you're thinking he's going to bite it.
Well,
so he's
specifically they've got two characters who might bite it, and you're cutting between them. It's the dad and the ghost hunting chick, I think.
Right. Meredith.
Yeah.
And so he's fixing his car, he's changing the tire, and whoa, jump scare, he almost gets hit by a car, and he jumps out of the way and oh my god, like dad almost died. And then I thought, fuck it, wolves jump out of the woods right there and just take him out. And then one of you went, no, and then the wolves jump out of the hotel and get the other girl.
Yeah.
As she goes to an elevator, she hits the elevator button and just opens wolves.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Yao
the ultimate fake out.
Yeah.
Like, why did this happen? Because Yao Guai.
Because Yao Guai.
Because Wish Upon.
Because Wish Upon. Because
Yep.
Because they killed Audrey Horne with a goddamn garbage disposal.
Oh god, yes. You know how clever of a movie is it would cut downstairs at like top of the elevator, she's getting mauled by wolves. It would cut downstairs to like a zookeeper with like a crate that's like, oh no, my live wolves got out. Not as a setup, as an explanation at the very end.
Yeah, just a series of Final Destination-esque kills start happening. Our girl Sherilyn Fenn is the victim of one, which could have just been easily avoided if she had just kept her coat on and gone out to the bar with her husband.
God, I'm so tired.
I know.
Tired.
Audrey, I had to write you out of the story because you wouldn't get your coat on.
You're gonna get eaten by the garbage disposal because I'm just so tired.
I'm so tired. You got this long hair and you're stupid enough to put it in the sink while you're working on the garbage disposal.
It's too bad you had that teleporting button to turn on the garbage disposal.
You've been looking at the bicycle on your neighbor's lawn for 10 years and you ain't told them to put it away. I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. I'm getting my coat. I'm leaving, Audrey. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go hang out with the wolves in the Yowie.
Yeah, that's the thing. Most of the deaths have a very comedic like undertone to them. Like the old uncle guy who bites it, who gets them their inheritance, like he slips in the bathtub and then like you think he just drowns. But then they cut back to him like waking up in a start and slamming his forehead against the like faucet and then dying for real.
Yeah, and then
and you're just like, whoa, what?
The cousin character slips and falls on a gigantic statue of scissors.
Yeah. Yes.
The Pokemon Go chick is killed in the glass elevator. Sherilyn Finn is killed with the garbage disposal bullshit. Ryan Felipe gets chainsawed by guy fucking with the tree.
No, he was like chainsawing branches and no.
His friend was
his dumpster diving buddy was helping him chainsaw branches off. Joey King runs outside in a panic thinking he's gonna die, screams, "Dad!" He lets go of the ladder to figure out what she's doing, and then the guy the ladder slips and the guy just goes whoop and chops his head off.
And then the funniest one is Joey King getting hit by a car.
Oh God, it's so funny.
It's one of the most satisfying cinematic endings of all time.
Yeah,
it's brilliant because like you think she got out for a while. Like they do exactly the sort of like the reverse of the like Bye Bye Men ending we were talking about, where it's like the girl just being like, "Oh, I saw some writing. What kind of writing was it? Daddy, I'm not a flashlight." And you're supposed to be like, "Oh, phew, they don't have to deal with the Bye Bye Man."
That's so cute. Like, this girl doesn't know how to read.
Yeah, exactly. But like, this is the opposite, where it's like, "Oh, she got out. She did the right thing. She undid all her wishes, and like, yeah, her life is back to what it was. But like, she's changed a little bit, and she can start making a difference. Like, she goes and she, talks to the Asian kid who has a crush on her, and like." I think she kisses him and
she
is
kisses him and then immediately is hit by a car.
and it's just like, and then immediately turns around and gets hit by a car.
It's wonderful.
And then wolves run out of nowhere and start eating the body.
Well, only in my Twitch alert that I have to turn back on. And then whatchamacallit? There's the sequel hook where the friend is bearing the box.
Oh right, because she before she kisses him, she gives him the box and tells him like bury it somewhere.
Bury it. Don't open it.
Right?
Bury it.
Don't open it. Don't look at it. Bury it. And then she immediately dies, and I think he goes to bury it, but then decides not to.
Yeah. He starts looking at it or whatever. It's kind of ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as fucking JoJo right now, who keeps doing flips in my lap.
Oh.
Good fun.
Yeah, it's.
I thought you were just gonna end it at almost as ridiculous as JoJo, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, JoJo the pup, yes. JoJo the show, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also ties back to one of our previous Gooncast episodes, and not just, oh, hey, we're gonna do Bye Bye Man next week or next episode. No, it's from the director of Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Hell yeah.
Hell you son of a bitch.
I think we mentioned that in the Mortal Kombat podcast.
I think we did.
Yeah.
And I think
it all comes full circle.
Yeah, and he's apparently primarily a cinematographer, and he was like, I guess one of James Wan's cinematographers for I think the first Conjuring movie and maybe some other stuff as well. So like he knows how to light a movie.
Yeah. No, the first Conjuring is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just when he directs something, it's Annabelle or Mortal Kombat Annihilation or Wish Upon.
Well, at least you landed one right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We loved Annihilation.
Yeah. And it also birthed the great idea of, okay, this wishing box leaves so many wonderful doors open for future installments that I devised the B horror version of the Avengers, which I told you.
Yes.
So I've got this idea for a monster movie like faction of you've got the box from Wish upon the Yahweh Spirit. You've got Bagul from Sinister.
Of course.
You've got Toulon's puppets from Puppet Master. And then you've got like, you know, maybe like a jokey side character, like maybe like Ginger Dead Man played by Gary Busey or something.
Amazing.
And then after we just watched Bye Bye Man, okay, so Bye Bye Man is part of the team, but he's part of that first team from Suicide Squad that gets shit on 5 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
Bye
like,
Bye Man gets
dies.
off immediately, so you know the stakes.
There you go.
Yeah.
A Suicide Squad of horror movie monsters.
Yeah, just all B tier like schlock masters.
Perfect.
But,
You could almost do like a reverse Cabin in the Woods where it's like they have to do this for some reason.
Yeah.
And if they fail, the world ends.
Yeah, hold on. We need a badass woman in there. Who could we? Oh, the the puppeteer from Dead Silence.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and she can be the one who finds Toulon's puppets.
Oh my God!
The shit is writing itself.
I mean, are we not gonna have what's her face from The Ring?
Oh, okay.
She's a good choice. Yeah, she's a solid choice too.
Yeah, get Sadako in there. Yeah. And then you open up the doors.
I almost said what's her
Sachiko?
face? Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's not Sachiko, but that's the only name I could think of right now. Damn it, Corpse Party.
Don't think it, don't play it.
Don't think it, don't play it.
Although that does bring to mind that we haven't watched the Corpse Party films yet. Which I so selflessly bought for Saber. And we just haven't watched them yet.
We will be. That is definitely like I don't care. At some point it will be watched, whether it's and it needs to be for a podcast, right? We can't so much of Saber's channel, so much of our lives are dedicated to Corpse Party.
Yeah, and I feel that would need to be kind of like an event. I mean, you know, for those of you out there who haven't checked out the extended Goonverse material, Saber has been spearheading a suffer through of the RPG Corpse Party.
Excuse me. I haven't been spearheading shit. Y'all fucking demanded it.
All right, hold on.
Y'all fucking.
You're the figurehead, and you're the ones behind strings. Yeah.
I didn't fucking do a goddamn thing.
For me, mortal. And so we've been suffering through this for a solid year now, doing voiceover work and playing through it and editing it all together into a shit show.
It's been brilliant. We have it's mostly been the three of us and Walter. But then we also have kind of like a rotating cast of semi-regulars who pop in. It's always a good time, even if most of that good time is us going, oh my God.
Yeah, so if you're listening out there and you have yet to check them out, hit up Saber's YouTube channel, Saber0307, and look up the Corpse Party series. It's the three of us and some others as voice actors. I did the editing, and just let yourself marinate in the darkness for a minute, and know that when it's done, we're gonna watch the movie that goes along with it.
With Niku.
Yes, with Niku.
Absolutely, with Niku.
And we're gonna watch the anime.
Yes.
Which you've seen, Lee. Which I haven't seen.
I have watched the Corpse Party anime, and it's schlock, but it's watchable.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's at times a disjointed mess, but I'll keep my opinion for when we have to cast on it.
Yes.
Yoshiki is best boy, but we already knew that.
Yes, of course.
Himbo.
Of course he is.
He's himbo.
Our wonderful himbo.
And Ayumi is best girl because she's vaguely Eastern European.
Vaguely.
Yes. Generic European accent.
Yeah. Also the other himbo, the flashback himbo for the teacher.
Oh yes.
Is also pretty good.
Yeah.
The Roxas to the Sora of Yoshiki.
Yeah.
Hell
God,
yeah.
I fucking hate
Hell
Crush
yeah.
Party.
No, you don't. You love it.
No. I want it dead.
Oh man. Yeah.
So, do you recommend Wish Upon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think we've seen it probably like 4 times as a group now.
As a group, 3.
Okay.
We were gonna do 4, but then we all had to split when Saber started it up.
Right. So
That
3
would've been
times as a
time for.
group. I've seen it another 2 times, I think.
Yeah, I've seen it about 2 or 3 more times on top of that.
Yeah, and like it's got the production value where it doesn't feel like like you're watching absolute garbage. It's got enough production value for that, but there's so much nonsensical writing coupled with like acting that still brings it to life.
Yeah, a lot of weird choices.
And
bizarre dialogue.
Yep.
And
really kind of like they're not they're very PG-13 Final Destination deaths, but they do still have that super fun Final Destination style, like, oh, it's gonna be this one thing. Oh, just kidding, it's this. Oh no, wait, it's the other thing. And like, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. You're gonna have a blast. Just so long as you go into it not expecting like Get Out or something.
Not expecting like It Follows or Autopsy of Jane Doe or
no.
Or just any good modern horror. Like Wish Upon is much better than fuckface Conjuring 3 or Spiral. It's certainly a fuck ton better than Bye Bye Man.
Oh yes.
Jesus, it's so. It's not scary, no. But it's
no, far from it.
It's so entertaining in how dumb it is.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan Felipe and Dad Jean's playing the saxophone while her friends are like, oh, so dreamy.
That made me feel pretty old also, seeing Ryan Felipe as like the dad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I remember watching movies in the 90s when he was a teenager, but also still in his 30s because that's who plays teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I remember him in fucking I Know What You Did Last Summer and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about this. Although he's aged pretty well. He's not maybe quite as like
aged really well.
Yeah, not quite like Paul Rudd, who's apparently a fucking immortal, but he's damn close. He has not changed too much, I don't think, outside of maybe like a little bit of weight.
Yeah,
and a fake beard.
And a fake beard, yeah. But yeah, mostly still got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a gem of a movie. It's kind of like the flagship film of the Gooncast at this point.
It really is,
like,
I think.
It's like if I'm associating a film with this group of people, that's what it is. It's like when I think about James, it's like, oh, like he and I have the same passion for Warrior with Tom Hardy. It's like that's how I feel about Wish Upon with the Gooncast.
Now that you brought it up, I want to fucking do a podcast on Warrior. Warrior's so fucking good.
I'll do it.
Have you seen Warrior Cat?
I've never seen it.
It's so good.
It's one of our favorite movies.
It's Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton.
Amazing.
And Nick Nolte plays their dad.
And Nick Nolte.
Oh, excellent.
It's so fucking good.
The less we know going in, the better. It's just great.
We can show Mike a good movie.
Yeah. it was also one of those. It was between Warrior and Bronson. Like when they announced that Tom Hardy was going to be playing Bane, and everybody was like, Tom Hardy's too skinny because all they saw him in was like an Inception. I was like, you motherfuckers see Warrior or Bronson?
What?
Dude can be ripped.
He's not even that skinny in Inception. Like he looks pretty jacked.
He's not, but everybody has to nitpick about comic book characters and whatnot.
Of course.
It's like, oh, he's too skinny.
Oh no, he doesn't look like he's been like, juiced full of like whatever the fuck Bane is on in most of the comics.
Genetic beast lobster.
Yeah,
where you're just like,
hotter than the sand, bigger than the ocean.
Nobody looks like that.
No.
Mufasa.
It's ridiculous. It's absurd. But like Tom Hardy, like he is fucking jacked in Warrior. it's pretty incredible, and it's a really it's a sports movie, it's an MMA movie, but like it's really really well done, and it has some amazing usages of score and soundtrack, and also licensed music too, like very very sporadically, but it's done very
well
effectively.
done. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, we'll get to that one down the line.
Yeah,
hopefully soon, because we could use a good movie after Bye Bye Man.
Yes, for sure. I have been watching. I'm like midway through Jacob's Wife, which is a new one that just got out on Shudder, starring Barbara Crampton.
Ooh,
okay.
I like Barbara Crampton.
Her becoming a vampire.
Oh,
it's it's pretty good so far.
Okay.
So maybe depending on how it ends, maybe that could be future podcast fodder.
That's true.
Nice.
And of course, there's still all the other fucking video game based movies. We need to get through.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, and I still really want to show you 2 Psychopaths, at least season 1. Fuck the rest of the series, but we can just and also we have to talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure at some point.
Oh yeah.
Maybe right before Stone Ocean drops.
I was just gonna say, I figure we do the JoJo cast in honor of Stone Ocean, so whenever that's gonna come out.
Yeah,
cool.
So
that's like December, right?
Yeah, December on Netflix.
Okay. Shit.
That's good. That gives us time, because I still got to get Krista caught up on that. So
yeah,
that's right.
You have to see the fucking batshit insanity of Golden Wind's ending.
Oh, absolutely.
It is nonsense.
It's
King Crimson nonsense.
It's delightful.
Maybe I will rewatch all of it before then.
Oh God,
you
go.
Yeah, and
we'll see.
Then you get to see the glory of Zipper Dad's transformation from creepy asshole who licks teenagers to fucking team dad.
Yeah. The soccer mom.
God, I love, like, I was texting James about it, just like James is so into this guy, and I'm like, he licked a 16-year-old, and James is like, look, I know it's not a good look at first.
And then I sent you exactly what Cal sent me when I told when I told her that Lee was watching it. It was just like let me know what she thinks of him when he goes from creepy asshole who licks teens to team dad. Who gives no fucks.
Who gives no fucks.
No fucks. Fucks are not given by this man.
We have gotten very off topic from Wish Upon and Bye Bye Man.
It's fine.
By the way.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's good.
To be fair, I think we were done talking about those.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just shooting the shit kind of at this point. And like, you know, if we end it now, we're coming way under time, which is kind of amazing.
It is kind of amazing. I can't believe it.
Yeah, so we now need to do like 45 minutes of waffling.
Oh Jesus!
No.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. And then, you know, like some other stuff too that we could talk about that I'd like to do. We still want to do Grave Encounters in Demon House.
Yes. Oh man, we do need to do that.
And I still want to show you guys.
And we want to, like, we're really interested in watching the new Candyman. We were thinking about doing like a Candyman retrospective kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just that we're waiting for it to be streaming because none of us are going to theaters right now.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And I would love to do also in October, in prep for Halloween Kills, probably Halloween and Halloween, or at least maybe just a general thing in the franchise, because I think most of us have seen almost all of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably.
I've seen a couple of them. I'm not.
Maybe give or take a crossover or two or something.
Oh, it's one of those unique ones where it's never had a crossover.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then I think maybe I've just missed maybe like 3. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen the first. I've seen the first 2. I saw the Rob Zombie ones, and
I saw
that's
those.
about it.
Oh well, at the very least, Lee. Besides like the last one, because I showed Kat this a while ago. I'd like you to see Halloween 3, which is the one that is not about Michael Myers. And it's,
right. No. Yeah. You and I talked
that was
about
Halloween.
that.
I thought Halloween 2 was the one you showed me.
No, that's Halloween 3.
Masks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I have. Yeah, I think it's just some of the like older sequels where it gets more like supernatural that you were telling me about. I don't think I've seen those.
Yeah, where it gets into ancient
The
runes.
thorn and shit.
Yes.
Michael Myers is defeated
like
by
a
the
witch.
power of runes. Celtic runes. Fucking Christ.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's pure fucking goddamn schlock. But I kind of love it. God, what? There was something else that I had on the tip of my tongue.
Vampire Assassin, of course.
Oh yes, and Suburban Sasquatch, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, now I remember. There's I wanna. I mean, maybe it might not be podcast material. I don't know. We'll see if because neither of you two have seen it. David Lynch's arguably only normal movie, The Straight Story.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which is also his only like super wholesome movie.
I think if it can be found, because I rented it on Netflix back when Netflix was doing DVDs still. Deathbed, the Bed That Eats.
I'll find
would be
it.
a really fun one to intro you guys
I've heard
to.
about that, but never seen it.
I'll find it.
Oh, it's a treasure. It was the inspiration for a short film I did in college. Yeah, my short film only took like vague inspiration from it because I don't think that Deathbed, the Bed That Eats can quite be matched in terms of energy and sheer incompetence / like avant-gardeness.
Well, I'm sure you put a lot of care and attention into Death Couch, the couch that eats. But...
Excuse me, it was Knit 1, Kill 2, A Sweater's Revenge. Thank you very much.
I found it.
Not a joke.
Cat?
Actually, what the movie is called.
I found
Yes.
it. We can rent it on Amazon Prime,
Yes.
or we can watch it for free on Tubi.
Oh, geez. Oh my God.
Oh,
I'll rent it. I'll pay the money for you guys.
This is from 2010?
No. God, no. It's from like the 70s. I think it like
yeah, 1977.
I think it's just like the upload or whatever.
Uploads 2010.
Got it funky.
Okay, whoa.
No, God. No, this is so also I will preface us watching it by saying that when I watched it in college with my friends, we read the sleeve of like the Amazon DVD or the Netflix DVD rather. And that was the only way we knew what was happening in the movie. Because the movie doesn't like introduce characters or like tell you
follow
who's
any
talking
narrative structure
or follow a narrative structure. Yeah, there's a lot of like inner monologuing from one female character, and the movie never thinks to like either show you who it is or just like there's a bunch of women in the movie and you're like, which one of them is thinking this? It never says.
All of them.
All of them.
Every last one.
But yeah,
the bed is thinking it.
The DVD like sleeve that it came in was like, oh, the plot of this is that this happens. And you're like, wow.
Really?
I guess. Not sure I believe you, Netflix sleeve.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, unless we have anything to waffle about, I think we're done.
Nah, I think it's a quick, concise breakdown of those two movies. One is an absolute piece of shit, and one of them deserves an hour and 40 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want something in the middle that's a piece of shit that doesn't deserve any time, but also has Joey King in it, the Slender movie's all right.
And if you want something that at least I think is really good, that also has Joey King in it, you can probably watch The Conjuring, but everybody's already seen it at this point.
Yeah. There was an Amazon original that I watched that she was in that was okay, and she made it better. It was like oh my gosh. I forget what it was called, but it was basically like she was a teenager who accidentally kills like her best friend.
Oh wow.
And her parents cover it up. It was really good, but like
oh, I just also remembered.
Yeah.
Malignant comes out next week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it could,
Yeah, that'll be cool.
That could be either really, really, really good or really terrible, but at least it will be well shot, unlike fucking Conjuring 3.
Yeah.
At least I'm assuming there will be pacing, unlike Conjuring 3. God
The
damn it.
Satanist is growing too powerful. His kombucha is too dank and vinegary.
God damn it.
Oh, man.
And I know Mike has been itching to do other horror movie type stuff, like not even necessarily podcast stuff, but like we could maybe turn it into that. Like he had no idea that there was a Night of the Living Dead remake starring Tony Todd.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, written by George Romero, directed by Tom Savini, and Tony Todd plays Ben. Is 1990.
Amazing. Wow, I actually didn't know that either.
Oh, well then maybe we'll do that. Because I personally love the remake of Night of the Living Dead. It's almost the exact same movie as the original 1960s version, but with some updates to make it more, like more in line with cinema in the 90s and whatnot. And as without getting into details, what George Romero would call some like course corrections. But yeah, it's pretty good. And Tony Todd is fan-fucking-tastic. It's Tony Todd.
Of course he is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he rocks in that movie.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, well, this has been like an hour of movie discussion and then an extra like 30 minutes of more different movie discussion.
Yeah.
And it's on the house. That's free.
Yeah.
You don't need to thank us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope you guys have enjoyed. Yeah, at some point we got immense plans for a lot of stuff, and it's really just making the time and getting schedules to align with movie releases that are hopefully streaming, actually.
Yeah, where movie studios and theaters stop being fucking ghouls and realize that there's a fucking goddamn pandemic going on, and that it's a really fucking terrible idea to go to the goddamn theaters, especially because of the fucking goddamn Delta variant. But fuck it. Let's just release the whole movies in theaters.
Yeah.
And get everybody infected.
No, I really want to see Candyman too.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that movie. So, but it'll be out eventually, I'm sure. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
And then we'll watch it. All right. Should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Signing off.
Yeah.
What's up, Lee?
Nothing. I was saying do your sign-offs, yo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so once again, Cat Attack, aka the Attack Cat, streaming on Twitch every once in a while. Latest we played the new remake of Myst, which was brilliant. Highly recommend, especially now that they have a patch where you can have the original FMV videos for the actors. So that's great.
I thought you were going to say a patch where they fixed that 100% crash that you were getting.
No, that crash was fixed by me updating my drivers.
Oh, perfect.
So that was on me.
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. But yeah, the other criticism I had was that the 3D models were a little weird, but that's fixed now too. So
Beautiful.
It's brilliant. Pick it up.
Thank you.
But yeah, that and I'm usually streaming some of that or Phasma with these goons.
All right, which also had a great update. So if you're not playing Phasmophobia out there, get on top of it because the game is back into its prime now.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Yakuza Like a Dragon stream, Cat.
Yeah, I've got Ghost of Tsushima on my plate. That one is definitely gonna happen. I just need to be in the mood to sob endlessly on stream for people, and a couple other things in the pipe.
Like
so.
Deadly Premonition?
All right.
And Deadly Premonition
Deadly
2?
Premonition.
Deadly
Murder House?
Murder
you mean?
House? Well, also Murder House. But I sent you Deadly Premonition 1 and 2, god damn it.
That's right.
But yeah, everybody also play Murder House.
Jesus. All right, and this has been your boy Lee Alder, the Valley Jester. You can catch my shit over at twitch.tv/Valley Jester, We're still going through the Kingdom Hearts retrospective right now. We are just about at the final stretch of Kingdom Hearts 2. I suspect another maybe 2 sessions of play before we can finish the storyline, and then we'll do some juicy post-game stuff. At which point, I'm going to honor a viewer redemption and suffer through a few streams of Fortnite because I have to abide by the rule of waifu, as I call it. My main girl is Cammy from Street Fighter, and they added her into Fortnite. So I had to give Fortnite money. I had to pay $10, get the Cammy skin, and I'll suffer through a couple streams of that. And then after that, and after completing the Kingdom Hearts playthrough, I've got a couple options in the pipe, but I think it's going to be my first blind playthrough of RE2 Remake.
Ooh.
Which I'm sure Saber is going to both guide and heckle in equal necessary amounts.
I will heckle you at the start of the goddamn game if you don't pick hardcore.
God damn it.
Oh, well, then you'll heckle me, because I'm going through on normal, so.
Yeah.
Coward.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. And other than that, I'm playing some casual Aliens Fireteam, which I'm honestly quite impressed by. It is
Nice.
It is still a little buggy. It needs some work. Out the gate, though, it is a fine fucking title for under $60, which these days, I'll fucking take it, especially for a licensed franchise.
Cool.
So, Fireteam slaps.
And I'm James, also known as Saber0307. Primarily streaming at, twitch.tv/Saber0307. And I'm primarily going through some horror games, because it's back to Ghoul. Because 31 days of Halloween is not enough, and I'm a fucking asshole who decides to start celebrating Halloween fucking July 30th. Eat shit, you fucking nerds. Currently going through Silent Hill 1 and Michigan Report from Hell, along with some other stuff. I just recently wrapped up Murder House and Eternal Darkness. We got all sorts of spooky-ass games and not so spooky-ass games, but they're kind of horror-adjacent. Like Countdown Vampires, whatever the fuck that is.
Love it.
And then also, these two assholes are going to be joining me for fucking more Miso, which was
my god, yes.
Which again, I'm sure they're going to be like, oh, the spearheader.
Lee, you need to bring your best DC Douglas impression.
Yes, please. Yeah, because I would personally rather chop off my dick and throw it in River of Fire than touch Miso again. But channel points. Channel points are long.
The channel demands it.
Yeah.
The viewers like your suffering.
It's
they really do.
It's really well. I mean, they really enjoy it until we got to Balan, and then there was a lot of people who apologized.
That's true.
And
that's
true. Ink has gone on record saying he is never going to contribute to a terrible game that's a channel point thing again, because he couldn't stand to see me suffer that much through Balan.
Well, that's nice of him, but also get back in the Wonderland, Saber.
Maybe.
Congratulations.
Maybe if for Extra Life, if we hit a milestone for a charity donation, I will get back in the Wonder World and finish that piece of shit.
Finish the fight.
Because you beat the game and they're like, hey, guess what? Here's 12 new levels. I was like, nah, fam, I got the credits. I ain't dealing with this shit. And I uninstalled the game on stream. God damn it. That game makes me so fucking mad.
Oh, genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
All right,
nerds.
All right.
Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for popping in. We'll be back to you as soon as schedules allow.
Yeah, you all take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Be excellent to each other.
Don't rent it. Don't watch it.
Don't rent it. Don't watch it. Amputate your hand with a hammer if somebody tries to get you to watch it.